of the APC, Egbekegbe. Enough that what people used to say in private, how they feel about their leaders or dealers, the political office holders, are now being said openly, like publicly, online, all over the place. So if you happen to be with a wiki, I would have so much sober reflection to say, man, there must be something not right. But people are telling Were Wiki that maybe because he's doing what is right. That is why people are, in quotes, hating him. So when they saw these two videos I'm going to share with you, right? Others are saying something is wrong with him, because when you see Were Wiki, there's always this feeling that something is just not right. And even if it's just a stress, right? Medically, something is amiss. Were Wiki is 57 years old, but when you look at him one-on-one, you would not argue if they tell you that Were Wiki is 71 years old, because one, you may think, is this an old man who has so much money, because he actually does have money, right? So much money, then he's now getting younger. It's like a younger old man. When you see Were Wiki, you won't believe that he's 57. He's like 75, 70. You know what I mean? Like all these old men, but they are old. But they still old, they look old, but they tell themselves that I'm younger, because you won't believe it, I'm actually 78. Say, oh, no wonder. Even though you're telling yourself, Daddy, that you are looking younger, fine. But you're not looking younger, you're actually looking really old and fresh. Anyway, so here is that clip. I don't know if some of you have seen them there too. The first one and the second one on two different occasions. And this was even before he went to London to host these guys from the State House of Assembly, remember? Yeah, in the midst of this whole thing, and when you ask Were Wiki, he's going to tell you that nothing is wrong. This whole thing is being sponsored by Fubara. That's what it's going to tell you. We wish them what they wish themselves. For call, right? In case if you are not aware, they are raised for 2027, which means Kolu's second term campaign have started across the board. And yeah, I don't know, for those of you who are going to participate, I mean, those of you who are going to go and get your PBC, yeah, going to go and, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so from what we have gathered, right, Tinubu is going to sack Mahmoud Yakubu, and that is going to happen anytime from now. So to those of you who have witnessed Mahmoud Yakubu that gave you Tinubu, I want to tell you ahead of time that you're about to witness what is even worse. Yeah. Well, you are still going to get your PPC, aren't you? Yeah. So Tinubu has the leverage of a compromised system to get himself the full control. And I'm talking about the leverage that, I mean, when you have a corrupt system, right? There are those who are ready, those who are buyable. You know what I mean? Like when they tell you that everybody has a price, and you're like, me, I don't have a price. I say, no, everybody has a price. And you're like, no, I don't. It's because they can have somebody like you who has a price, and he can do the job. That's how it works. So compromised institutions that were just like available for the highest bidder helped Tinubu to gain the presidency. So now Tinubu is the one that will print your voter's card. It's like that time that guy's name again, it's a pandemic, was the one in charge of your communication. Communication minister, Boko Haram. Yeah, communication minister, and then I mean, a Boko Haram sympathizer somehow, right? And rather than track terrorists, they are tracking citizens that are criticizing government, and then they are trying them as terrorists. They are charging them for terrorism and treason. So that's exactly what Tinubu is right now. So he's going to make an announcement anytime from now. Their fear, by the way, is that he is going to appoint a Yoruba man as INEC chairman. And if you dare say that is impossible, why would you appoint a Yoruba man? You are a Yoruba president. They will tell you that after Jega, yeah, the last time you probably had something sane enough. It was horrible, right? But that was the last time you had anything sane enough. During the time of a good luck Joe Lantern, right? So Joe Lantern from Bayelsa, Jega from, I don't know, well, from the north, all right? Then collaborated with this jihadist as well as these druggies, right? In order to scare the, to scare this Egberejo Lantern away. And they got the power. But, well, when Bokwari now came in, he didn't extend the Jega's time. He appointed another northerner. That's what they'll tell you. I'm just saying this now so that when that time comes, you don't begin to try to say, this is just like what happened in River State. This is so wrong. It's unconstitutional. Allow you calm down. You don't have any country anymore. Now only you did think say you get constitution anywhere or you get democracy. What you have is called unitary system of government. Okay, unitary. Everybody everybody lying straight behind the leader. So whether they are leading you to the gallows or they are leading you to the what's it called? Leading you into the dungeon, you shall follow the leader. That's it. That is not democracy. That is what you have. Okay. So yeah, they're going to appoint, to even make this is another one. To even make their divisive plan to work well. Yeah. He may even appoint an Igbo man. You say an Igbo man has been appointed as INEC chairman, right? So that when your 2027 comes, and those of you who are going to go and participate are going to get robbed, which is obvious, they're going to rob you, all right? So then you get robbed. I think maybe then, it would have to be, the blame would have to go to that Igbo man. While Tinubu, like the Bokwari's time, right? Like Bokwari and Emefiole. Yeah, Bokwari, they sold the idea of changing money to Bokwari. Bokwari wrote a letter to National Assembly that he wants to change money. National Assembly agreed that he should go and change money. Bokwari announced the deadline to change the old money. Every one of them knew why he wanted to change money. To stop Tinubu that they suspected had house piled with cash, old cash, from becoming the APC, Egbekegbe presidential candidate. So within themselves and all of that stuff, it was okay until El Rufaya, the Kaduna Little Finger, joined them. Yeye Bello of Kogi and Patawali of Zamfara. Then the whole thing changed. They said Bukwari didn't know anything. All the pictures, all the celebration, all the, all the showcasing of the new notes by Bukwari and everything they said, including when he was asked on one of his return trip from London that was there going to be any change of mind on the change of money plan, blah, blah, blah. Or he said, no, there will be nothing is going to change it or stop it. But guess what? By the time this whole thing got cooked up enough, Emefiole from Delta State was close enough to be blamed. Emefiole was the one that tanked Nigeria economy and all of that stuff. Where is Bokwari that signed and approved all of that? No, he didn't know. He didn't know. So that's exactly another plot. I mean, another plan that I heard Tifnumbu. They have a name for that of Yoruba that is going to take over from Mahmoud Yakubu. All right. They already have a name. There's a name already been brandished. And of course, it's probably going to be announced anytime soon. And yeah, the reason why some of us believe that it's like they are just laying all of you, especially those of you who want to go and participate in any of their organized charade. So let me explain it. Okay. Everybody knows that INEC is compromised, the judiciary compromised. And somehow you can all tell, maybe not all of you, but some of us can tell why that is. Like, why that is, what do you call it? Why is that, so to say, right? And this is it. You have a fake constitution that you didn't write, you did not vote on, you don't even know the content. 90% of you don't even know the content of that fraudulent book. And inside it is buried everything that is wrong with that contraption. It's like people making decision on your behalf, or you don't read the terms and condition of this new radio you are buying. As long as you turn it on and you can change the channel, well, that's fine, right? Until later you discover that, oh, they said that if I turn the volume to this certain level, that the transistor or whatever it is will blow up. Nobody told me that. That's exactly the time bomb called 1999 Constitution you have. You may not understand the technicality of that statement, all right? To you, how can a book, is it not just a book? Because inside it, buried, everything that allowed these rogues to continue to manipulate institutions that were supposed to work for you. And listen, the more they keep it, no matter how many times they patch it, right? There is always going to be that lacuna, that help that they are always going to cover in there. And whenever you want to go at them and say, have a go at them and say, but this is wrong, they'll tell you that no, not really. And remember, compromised institutions that were supposed to set the record straight are in bed with them. It's like we are done for. So when you now want to change anything like that, you do not let people like that set the rules for the game without your input. Now, setting rules, this is where you can say, oh, we won't have any form of elections anymore until so and so are put in place. For example, there must be the conduct of a fresh, new, what do you call that, a national conference that would then propose a general constitution that everybody can say, for those who still want to be part of this, all right? And then and all of this can be done within 6 months, like 6 months. So if you, on that base, right, you can direct how you want power to be vested in those who are holding up public office. And how can the power be taken away from them, not just by elections? Now, if you set that base, if you set that foundation for this, right, that may be the beginning, because you know what? There's a chance. I mean, you have to test something to know if it's working or if it's not going to work, right? So maybe that will be the beginning that you can then say, okay, now let us go and participate in a election, okay, in an election, right, where you are guaranteed that your interest, right, will be so protected by the caliber of people that are going to participate in it. But in your case, the system is so rotten that some impoverished, selfish, self-centered, old eyes from different, communities all over the country are those who are going to determine who are those who will be your public office holders, your representatives. I mean, people that with 500,000 naira, they don't give a damn about the criminal that is presenting himself as your governor or even your president. So these are the characters. So the system allowed that. And as long as that system remains, you cannot win in a game that is rigged before it commences. So participating in it is just validating it. You can't participate in it when you know it is rigged or you will be cheated. Then go ahead and participate in it, only for you to get rigged, be cheated. Then you cry out and say, I have been rigged and I've been cheated. Do you get it? That's exactly what it is for some of these guys when they call themselves, they call themselves opposition, because as it stands, there is no real any opposition to Tifnubu. No. Atifku and his own co-travelers met with Bokwari this afternoon. All right. That's the likes of Kaduna Littlefinger, Atifku, and few others, right? I think Kennedy Dino too. So they went on to Kaduna because that is where this Bokwari now lives, right? So they went to this to Kaduna to see this Bokwari. And according to Atifku, well, they are talking, opposition's talking like, what do you want to do? Like, what exactly do you want to do as opposition other than just to claim to have come together, share power before you get it, right? Make promises here and there, and then hopefully, right, this guy will make mistake. Or maybe it's going to be another Jonathan for them. I'm just saying, nothing concrete. Because you see, on a second thought, right, when you look critically at some of these guys who complain so much about the level of the degeneracy and all of that in this contraption and how much they can do better and all of that, right? But you're like, if you want to do better, that means you are going to need a different kind of sort of like a system. This current system has to die, right? Then you have to put another one in place. You can't reform this one. So your talk or your conversation should always be around a new constitution, a new electoral act, a new this and that, something that can make it sound like you are interested in starting afresh for those who still want to be part of this contraption, and why. That is a conversation we have to have, right? But that is not happening. Okay? So we have a Kolu who has the Kolu is in France, by the way, right? But his team, they have established what they call the grassroots. I'm trying to figure out the name they gave to it offhand, okay? But it is like this, right? They found this group that comprises of men, women, religious leaders, traditional rulers, and all of them, right, put together to help take governance to the grassroots. You understand there, but I think I also understand. Like you have a government, you have a system, Abi. So why do you need a group, a political campaign group, to help you take democracy to the grassroots? Watch this.
To stand before you as the guest of honor for the inauguration of the National Stakeholders Engagement Framework Committee, a vital implementation arm of the government initiative in communicating federal government's projects and programs at the community or the grassroots level. This moment is a testament to the tireless efforts of individuals and organizations dedicated to shaping our nation's future. The framework we are launching today embodies the spirit of partnership and collective action, recognizing that progress is a shared responsibility. Our nation is at a pivotal juncture where every decision must prioritize the well-being of our citizens and the planet as a whole. This framework is a roadmap for engaging stakeholders across all sectors, fostering dialogue and driving meaningful action. It represents a new chapter in our nation's history that is built on the principles of inclusivity, equity, and sustainability. Our nation, the key objectives of this committee